What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to be reviewing round 5, Port Adelaide versus Carlton from the MCG. A big win by Port Adelaide, 28 points in what was a pretty comfortable and professional victory by Port. A great solid performance at the G for the first time in 600 plus days, so it was great to get back there and show our Victorian fans how it's done. And a few injury concerns still to come out of it, but nonetheless, it was a pretty solid performance. So let's review it and see how Port Adelaide went against the Blues.
Richmond last week.
Lycett hurried kick forward. Good fist away, Wiedering on Dixon. Marshall, really clever ball if you meant it. Hasn't got the required distance. Charlie plays on to the dangerous Robbie Gray. It comes, it's good!
I tell you what, every time I seem to present a video to you guys now, it's I'm either banged up, sick, bruised, or whatever. I got a few scratches from playing footy yesterday, and the voice is a bit gone at the moment and a bit sore as well, so excuse me if this is a bit lackluster, but hey, the spirits are up and about thanks to Port Adelaide getting the job done. I didn't get to watch the game, unfortunately. Checked out a few of the extended highlights this morning, and after going through bits and pieces and looking through your guys' reactions on Twitter and Facebook and all around social media, I kind of got a gist of how we performed, and just a rock-solid performance, really. A typical Port Adelaide-style win. Gutsy again after coming off a pretty brutal performance last week against the Tigers to come out like that and accept the challenge that Carlton brought early on. I thought, personally, from what I did see, I was expecting a good start by the Blues and to put us to the sword early, and we were able to control the game pretty well. And our defence was really solid again. Aliir is just having a fantastic year so far in his first 5 games for Port. Tom Jonas, excellent. Clurey, awesome. And I think we were able to shut out my one concern, which was Mackay down forward, and he wasn't really able to have a massive impact on the game. And they're smalls as well. Eddie Betts, Williams, all around the contest. Fogarty is a really good pickup for Carlton, I think, and he's been a really handy player. But we were able to nullify his performance a little bit as well, and not let the Blues get away with things early on and to have a lead at quarter time. And we know we are second quarter specialists. We don't normally start too well, so for us to start well and continue that on into the second quarter and have an extended lead of 23 points at half time. The likes of Boak lifted. Seems to be starting slow as well. He was obviously tagged by Curnow, but to end up with 29 possessions for the night, and he only had 10 at half time. It just shows his work rate, his skill, and he's a very hard person to tag throughout the game. So that was a very impressive performance by him. And to go into that third quarter again, extend the lead, and knowing that we are pretty banged up. Willem Drew had to come on for Dan Houston with a shoulder injury. I'm suspecting an AC joint, something to do with that, because there was no dislocation and he just looked really uncomfortable with the shoulder strapped as well. So keep an eye out for that one. I think he'll be okay. I don't know if he'll play next week or not, but an AC joint couldn't be 2 weeks. You can strap it up and play through the pain. I know Warren Treadway did that through the 04 final series, I think it was. So the other one was obviously Hamish Hartlett. He was just a battering ram in terms of he was basically bullied. He was pushed around. His teammates were giving him hospital handballs, and he was just taking hit after hit, and he's a tough nut to get a massive corky as well, and he just couldn't run, the poor bloke. And that was perfectly summed up when Robbie Gray did his magical touch of spinning out of 2 players in a contest and hitting Hamish Hartlett up inside 50, and the ball basically bounced away from Hammer, and he couldn't get the ball in that last quarter. So I think mainly we took the foot off the pedal in that last quarter, and Carlton got a couple of goals to make it a respectable 28 points for them. I think it more so that middle bracket of second and third quarter, our performance was exceptional, and it was great to see us just take on any challenge possible. And to get a win at the MCG, we've got to familiarise ourselves a bit more playing there now, since I reckon we're in with a real shot playing there a few more times throughout the year, and especially later in the year as well. So to get familiar with that and really just take the challenge of Carlton. I was expecting a bit more from the Blues, to be honest. I was thinking it'd be a closer contest, and they obviously had their opportunities. They were missing pretty simple chances across the night. 9 goals, 14 basically sums that up, and it should have been a closer game probably if they did take those chances. But I think mainly the fact is the the way we were able to capitalise on those mistakes by Carlton. We kicked 15 goals 6, which is unheard of from a Port Adelaide's perspective. That really impressed me, and I think as well the contingent of Georgiades, Dixon and Marshall all had an impact in different ways, which was really nice to see. Marshall was up the ground. He got his goal that I think he probably deserved. 19 touches, 9 marks. I was talking about it the other night. Oscar Allen for West Coast plays that really good third tall role, and he's going to be becoming a superstar of the competition. He kicked 5 goals. He was playing a deep forward, and he takes these contested marks. Todd Marshall was taking these uncontested marks. 19 disposals. It's the type of game that we've always wanted from him, and that's exactly what we need. If he's kicking 2 goals, 1 or 2 goals, having those 15 plus touches, getting those link up marks and really presenting well, opening up our 50, and you're leaving Georgiades to kick 3 goals, you're leaving Dixon to kick a couple, and I thought it was good to see Dicko clunking some as well, and that one-hander, the mitt, that's just, it's so great to see that we were able to mix that up, and if those two, Georgiades and Dixon, aren't marking inside 50, you've got the likes of Robbie Gray and Orazio Fantasia just at your feet. Orazio, another 2 goals. He's been very consistent. Robbie Gray, probably one of his best performances this year, especially early on, to have 11 touches at half-time and 3 goals. The man's a freak. He was nullified a little bit in the second half, but that whole contingent of our forwards, and Boyd Woodcock didn't look out of place, kicking a goal. It was just good. It was good to see that we had a mix of forwards, without the Butters, without the Dersma in the side, that we were able to make the most of our opportunities, which I think, in a game like that, you come in, you're battered and bruised from the week before, you got to stand up again and plan a performance where it's not going to be pretty. To produce that, that's a sign of real professional outfit. Come out, perform the way you should, and have all 3 key parts of the ground really just stand up and play a really solid game of football. Our midfield was awesome. Our defensive unit was really, really solid, and as I said, our forward line just worked an absolute treat, and it was probably an 8.5, 9 out of 10 performance, if I'm honest. A gutsy win away from home at the G for the first time in a while. To sum it up, that's great for us, and really good confidence now that we get another 8-day break going into Anzac Day against St Kilda, who will probably want to make amends for their really, really disappointing performance against the Tigers the other night. I think now that we can focus on that 8-day break, kind of Rosie can recover a little bit more from that corky that he's been carrying since Richmond. Hamish Hartlett can, recover really well and just take it easy for the next 7 days or so. And, these bodies of ours can just relax, chill. I'd have a really quiet week on the track, and just prepare nicely for St Kilda, because Anzac Day is a big game for us fans. At the Adelaide Oval, it's a big day for the football club. We like to really celebrate these moments, and we can't be turning up and putting out pretty disappointing performances like St Kilda did the other night. So it'll be a hot contest, I think, next week. And I'm going to wrap it up here. That is my review of round 5, Port Adelaide versus Carlton. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the game itself. Another very evenly contributed performance by all the players on the night, and looking forward to next week's game. I'm now going to recover for the rest of the day with some nice kernel, so you enjoy the rest of your day. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content coming your way across the rest of the season. My name is Anthony, and as always, calm the bear.